The Von Erich family ruled professional wrestling in the early 1980s. On the surface, Kevin, David, and Kerry were modern-day warriors, wholesome, God-fearing country boys who always did the right thing and shared an ironclad bond. They were kind of a big deal. And under the strict tutelage of their taskmaster dad Fritz, a former pro wrestler himself who now owned the territory they all wrestled in, the sky was the limit. However, unreasonable expectations, drugs, and one tragedy after another caused their once promising dynasty to crumble to the ground. The Iron Claw is the movie inspired by the tragic lives of the Von Erichs, a wrestling dynasty beset by one horrible tragedy after another. Some considered it a family curse. A curse much like the devastating Iron Claw itself, Fritz's trademark finishing move. Once locked in, there is no escape. The Iron Claw is also the new A24 film. That's right, an A24 wrestling biopic. And what a glorious union it is. But simply calling The Iron Claw a wrestling movie or a movie about wrestlers isn't fair. It's a classic tragedy. The Iron Claw actually reminded me a lot of The Godfather. Each of his sons personified a different side of Fritz himself, but none individually could live up to his lofty expectations. And each son was expected to follow in his footsteps, whether they wanted to or not. I walked into The Iron Claw fully expecting to walk out of it depressed. If you're familiar with the Von Erich story, you know what I mean. In fact, I warned folks on a recent live stream not to go into the Iron Claw expecting a feel-good holiday experience. However, I watched the majority of the Iron Claw with a big smile on my face. As someone who grew up watching and loving professional wrestling, I adored those aspects of the film. All the ring action looked, for lack of a better word, real. You could tell that a lot of work was put into making all the in-ring wrestling action look as authentic as possible, and it paid off. And seeing actors portray legends like Bruiser Brody, Gino Hernandez, Harley Race, and of course, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, was extremely fun to watch. Also, kudos to the casting department. The actor they hired to portray Harley Race? Perfect. The Ric Flair performance, not so much. Albeit, that's a difficult role to play. The entire cast is absolutely incredible. Zac Efron delivers an Oscar-worthy performance as the eldest Von Erich, Kevin, as does Holt McCallany as Fritz. Efron really disappears into the character here, and he clearly hit the gym hard. The movie rides or dies based on his performance, and not only does it ride, it soars. Jeremy Allen Wade and Harrison Dickinson also turn in fantastic performances as Kerry and David respectively, and Maura Tierney is practically unrecognizable as the Von Erich matriarch. Stanley Simons really stood out for me as Mike. In a family full of tragic stories, Mike's may be the saddest of all. I love the way writer and director Sean Durkin structured the movie, and how he handled the, let's just say, darker moments seemed very respectful. Durkin took some liberties with the timeline of certain events, and one Von Erich brother is completely left out of the movie. I'm sure this was done to streamline the runtime, and honestly, how much tragedy do you need in one movie? And that scene on the pier toward the end, not gonna lie, choked me up big time. I didn't cry though. Even if you're not a wrestling fan or have never watched so much as 1 minute of professional wrestling in your life, don't let that deter you. The Iron Claw is a great movie. It made me think, it made me feel, and it thoroughly entertained. I cannot recommend it any higher. Let me know your thoughts on the Iron Claw down in the comments section below. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up and share it on social media. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace.
Here it comes! Oh my God! Oh my God!
A huge thank you to all my patrons and channel members for your generosity and support. Become a patron today and get early access to videos, have a say in what content appears on my channel, join me for monthly live streams, exclusive watch parties, and more. Become a channel member today and get access to exclusive badges and emotes to use when I stream, as well as members-only watch parties. Both those links are in the description. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.